A ver. Y me voy. Uy, acaba de caer un trueno. Miel. Ahí se debe escuchar. Ok, hoy me voy a echar unos. El que quiero ver básicamente el treehouse inicial es este.
Footage of Breath of the Wild, so we will get
The
right
Breath of
into
the
that. We're
Wild.
going to have some side-by-side footage of the original Breath of the Wild on the right, and then the new Nintendo Switch 2 edition here on
Es
the
que es
left.
muy
And right
fluido.
away, you can already tell how much clearer the resolution is
It's
in the Nintendo Switch 2
Uy,
edition.
yo no me
Yeah,
The
entero.
detail on the
very
floor, like you can
apparent.
see all the little
Yo no me
lines in the design there.
entero
It looks so good.
si hay chat encendido. Se supone que acá se puede ver. Ok. La vuelta es que no me entero. Y debe estar por acá. Canal. Este es. Listo.
We're starting out at the very beginning of the game. Anyone who's played this before will obviously recognize this scene.
Iconic.
It is, and kind of emotional. We're coming up to
Esto va a valer mucho la
the
pena.
edge here, and we're going to look
Se va a volverlo
out
a
over the
jugar
horizon.
This very
en esta
iconic
definición
moment in Breath of the Wild.
de
And already you
locos.
can see the textures and how much
Yeah,
crisper
the detail,
and
like the
cleaner
trees
it
in the
looks.
horizon, you can see like there's more detail,
Yeah, you
and
Se ve
even in
más
the forest
definido.
closer.
I mean, even looking at the definition on the cliff where Link is standing, it's
and the lighting as well.
breathtaking. Of the wild.
Good
taking.
one.
No, es que
You can see it.
And here you can see even the little, each individual raindrop.
Yeah, the
its own
texture of
puddle
the rain.
here. It's
pero
really
eso,
And
crisp.
o sea,
Link's
aparte de definición,
adorable
tiene un pack de
rosy cheeks,
texturas.
'cause it's chilly up there.
And in a moment, we're going to go ahead and warp into the Korok forest.
And this is
and
something, yes, this is something that people will appreciate, especially if you're coming back to the game for a second time. The load times are quite a
Yeah.
bit faster on the
Look at
Nintendo
that.
Switch
yeah,
2
look at,
edition.
here's
So-
a quick
Immediately
comparison
apparent.
side by side in real time.
Y es más rápido.
It's a race.
Pues
It's not.
Who will
much.
win?
It's not close.
sí, sí, sí.
No
Está más rápido.
Which Link will win?
Yeah. So
Upa, aquí
more
se notó
time
más.
slaying monsters and less time watching the loading
Así
screen.
2
Which is great.
segundos.
Which is great.
Yeah. Wow. Yeah, that is
Más
a
rápido.
substantial difference.
It really is.
And we've warped here into the woods, and this is a section of the game that has a lot going on. Like lots of things to animate, lots of Koroks popping in and out, the mist and the flies dancing in the sunbeams and everything. And the Nintendo Switch 2 handles it amazingly. It's super smooth.
Yeah, again, look at the difference in the
Normalmente
lighting, the
acá
textures.
The improved
Él
frame
él
rate
debería
is
de
extremely,
presentar. Es
No,
que ahí se
you're not
nota.
gonna grab it? Okay. Maybe later.
En la de la derecha se nota el lag.
Just going for a walk in the woods.
Yeah, just splashing around, looking for some Korok friends. This
it's just, it looks so smooth.
Mhm.
really does. Yeah, and I will say the first time I played Breath of the Wild, one of the first things I did actually was to run up to the top of a nearby mountain and just watch the sunset.
Sé
And
que
I
en Tears of the
cannot
Kingdom se
wait
va a
to
ver
do
mucho
that
mejor.
in the Nintendo Switch 2 edition, just to
O sea, ya Tears of the
see how
Kingdom
pretty it is.
traía un pack de
Yes.
texturas mejoradas.
So nice.
Isn't like the light and like the details on the individual blades of grass there as he
See
goes
little
through?
motes in the air.
Oh yeah, you're
See
right. I
those?
see those.
Yeah.
Yeah.
It's really, really
Oh, I
gorgeous.
never noticed that before. That's
Well, and the other thing that we haven't seen in this side-by-side comparison, but even opening the menus and switching between the different tabs of the menus is a lot smoother and quicker in the Nintendo Switch 2 edition when you compare it to the old version. So,
Yeah, and we'll have a chance.
Uy, espérate.
in the
El
Nintendo
agua.
Switch 2 edition when you compare it to the old version. So
Yeah, and we'll have a chance to check that out in just a little bit when we get into Tears of the Kingdom.
that's right.
Upa.
And the difference here is just amazing.
Quick
It's so smooth.
panorama.
Es que esta es la prueba del
Yeah,
juego. Esta es la prueba de
You know,
fuego
he's
para
hanging out in the
el
forest
juego,
because
que es
that's
el
why wouldn't
bosque.
you? Like,
Why wouldn't
want to
you?
just be hanging out in a peaceful forest where everything is lovely, and there's little Koroks.
Listening to that music, gorgeous.
All
All
right.
right, so we're going to switch now into Tears of the Kingdom, the Nintendo
Tears
Switch
of the
2
Kingdom.
edition. I'm
Este es el
standing
bueno.
here on the Great Sky Island,
Uf,
and you can just see the beautiful Temple of Time in the distance.
no, no,
But
no,
we're not going
no,
to stay
no,
here.
no.
I'm going to go
We're not
ahead.
here for long.
Yeah, we're not here for long. I'm going to go ahead and put
Ese
on
es el
my
maldito
glide
problema,
suit,
que
'cause
uno
we're
ve
gonna go
estos, ya este
skydiving
gameplay,
here.
Super, super sharp there.
y uno dice,
We
¿cómo no
gotta
paga
see that-
uno
that mask.
$90?
Oh, yeah.
Woo.
You'll see it.
Bueno, esto no va a estar en
Here we go.
$90,
So
pues.
I'm actually going to jump and go directly into that chasm down there. From
It's a
the
long
sky
fall.
Yeah.
into
¿Qué
the
vas a
depths
ver,
in one
Víctor?
go.
And while you're doing that, I'm going to do a really quick rundown
Me perdí
on
estos Treehouse.
just what we're going to be touching on in
Vamos por
Zelda
estar
notes.
camellando.
So we're going to be speaking to the voice
No,
memories,
esto se ve una
navigation, my
belleza.
play data, global play data, daily bonus, photo studio, item sharing, and auto build sharing. So almost
A
everything.
lot. There's a lot to
You know,
cover.
Yeah, we've got a lot of grounds to cover.
And if you missed that
El
in the direct,
combate.
Zelda Notes is a service that's part of the
Pues yo creo
Nintendo
pues que
Switch
sí
app.
se echarán
And
unos
it's designed
combáticos
to be
ahí
used
para
with
ver.
both Breath of the Wild and Tears of the Kingdom, the Nintendo Switch
Both of
2
them.
edition.
Yep, that's right.
I'm just going to speed up
O sea, es
down
que
this.
eso solo con que lo
chasm
corra
here.
la
Woo!
Oh my goodness.
And look at that. We are
Wow.
already
The glide
here.
con
suit.
que
Helps a lot
solo
with
lo
that landing.
corran
And
la
the transition was super fast.
La
So
OLED,
fast, so
ya
smooth.
uno
It just
quedaba
feels really good.
boquiabierto.
Everything feels like it's the controls are reacting quicker.
Parece hay unos
It's
gameplays
very
buenos.
intuitive.
O sea,
All right,
Alright.
so let's hop into Zelda Notes.
estrategia
Let's
de
take a look at some of these
Nintendo,
features. We're going to
buena,
start
buena.
with navigation here. So if we look at the app screen, this is the home screen. Again, this is within the Nintendo Switch app. So we see navigation
Espera,
at the
a
top in
ver.
the middle there. So I'm going to tap that and open it up. We're down in the
yo
depths.
hago
So I'm
una
going to hop down
vuelta
there.
acá.
So this is basically like your own personal Hyrule GPS. So we got our categories of different points of interest here. You see
There's
you got
so many.
there's a ton. We got locations here, we got shrines.
No, me lo estoy perdiendo. A ver, espera, yo pongo un mensaje acá. Reaccionando. Hey Vic, ¿vas a jugar esta noche o qué? Ve, no sé si me estás hablando. Espérame un momentico que es que estoy colocando acá una historia en TikTok. Parece ese TikTok lo tengo estallado de comentarios. O sea, si nunca he visto una reacción tan masiva, no simplemente por el video, sino por la situación con Nintendo. O sea, todo el mundo está hablando de eso. Voy a esperar que si se hace. A ver, continúo.
Towers, villages, buildings, all kinds of stuff. What we're
Bueno, en
interested
la
in right now
izquierda
is enemies.
está
So
la aplicación
we decided we
que
were going to go on a Frox
básicamente
hunting
es un
expedition
GPS
here.
para el
So we've
juego.
got Froxes selected here. And what that's going to do is it's going to highlight the location of every single
Various
Frox
Froxes,
on
yeah,
the map.
Look at that.
And we can see
Quite
there's
a
one
few.
There's one
not
pretty
too
close to
far
us.
from here, right there. So I'm going to
No
highlight
sé
this
qué
one.
tan
Also see
útil.
how Link's location is updating in real time.
Yeah,
on the
that's right.
map as
On
I
the
walk
map,
around.
every couple seconds.
Es
you'll
que
get a
lo que
new-
yo
like
creo
an
es que la
update.
gente
I'm gonna
no
activate the
colocaba
voice guidance.
los
So that is
sellos
going to guide us
Guidance
to that
activate.
Frox in
Proceed
real
en
time.
el mapa.
All right, so you're gonna head southwest.
Como
Southwest.
para no-
Okay. This
para
is
ubicarse.
southwest. This direction. All right.
And the navigation is a great feature.
Lo
if
que sí
you're-
le quedaba corto al
if you're like
juego
me,
eran
confession time, I have
los
not
puntos de
finished
luz
my
para,
own personal
creo que eran
playthrough
como
of Tears of
5.
the Kingdom,
Pues para mí eran muy
'cause I've
pocos.
been having trouble
Proceed
deciding like how close to 100% I want to get.
Mhm.
And now that
A ver, pero
this
quiero ver un
service
combate.
is available, I am going to make full use of it and jump in there and do all the stuff that I've been like waiting to do. Maybe I don't know. Maybe I'll go
Tears
for
of the
100%
Kingdom es un
Koroks.
juegazo.
I don't know.
Parce,
Yeah,
tengo una
once it's
pizza
available,
acá
for sure.
que era
Yeah.
para comer con esta
All right, how we
vuelta.
doing, Kay? You
mientras
getting,
veía
Yeah,
esto.
you're
I
getting
think-
close.
you getting close?
Yep.
Be around
Ya
here
me estoy mareando del
somewhere.
hambre.
I've not
Let's see.
spotted him yet. just hope he doesn't jump out and surprise
No,
me.
se ve muy brutal.
Oh, I think I saw
Got
him in
it.
the distance. There he is. Okay,
Yep.
There you go.
I'm gonna go hide behind this pillar.
Okay, I'm
But
gonna
wait,
close out.
but first.
Oh, I'm gonna close out the navigation so we don't, because you're good, right?
Yes.
Yeah.
Guidance deactivated.
All right.
Yes, because we
Time to
need to
get
get
geared up.
we need to get geared up for
Ah,
this fight. I
tiene
don't
un-
have
tiene-
really any weapons.
Tiene un
that are
indicador de
good
voz
for
la
crushing rocks, like with the
aplicación.
frogs. You really want to
Y-
be
o
able
sea,
to
literal
get
es
those
un
ore
GPS.
deposits like right away.
Voice
so,
memories,
so
navigation,
we're going to show off
my
item
play
sharing.
data,
Dutch has really
global
prepared
play
some
data.
weapons and some other materials for me.
Good stuff in there.
Yeah.
So item sharing is basically a way to store and exchange items outside of the game. So this is all within Zelda Notes. So Kay and I are friends here. You can see Kay. I'm on Kay's phone here on the screen up at the top. This is Kay's
tendrá
item box right here. She's
subtítulos.
got a few things
Pongámoslos
in
a ver.
there. And then we're going to go over to my item box. So this, Kay and I are friends on here. We've connected, we've shared our item boxes with each other.
Mhm.
So we each have access, like free access to each other's item boxes. So
Which
we-
I could rescind if I
You
don't like
could,
what he made for
but
me.
please don't.
Well,
I like-
please don't.
I like being able to raid your items.
You're still on my good list.
So we've got a bunch of stuff in here. What do you think? Let's see. So we've got. I'm
I
going to
mean, you
select a
know
bunch
for
of
sure
stuff.
Those key eyeballs are
Yeah,
Yeah,
the
we
key
can get some of
eyeballs, the
those.
bombs.
Get some bombs. Maybe.
'Cause I think I've
of
only got
those.
I've only got 3 eyeballs.
I also have a milk mop. Can I interest you?
Pero
in
eso
a
le
milk
sacará
mop?
uno
No,
provecho
I
después de
told
pasarse
you,
el
I
juego,
want
porque es
something
que uno en
that
medio
sounds-
de,
I mean,
It
you-
sounds like a
sure.
mop that cleans up milk, but it's
de
actually a
plena
mop that
historia
has
y,
milk
y
attached to
ponerse a
it.
interactuar
my
con,
goodness.
I mean,
con la
you can send
aplicación,
it. I'm not
pierde el
gonna use
año.
it
Strong.
on
You can use
this.
it if
Like
you want
if
to.
it's
I won't
actually
pressure you, but
strong.
all right. But for the frocks, how about this one here? It's got 32 damage. It's got a talus.
That one.
Part
That
on
sounds
it.
pretty
Okay.
good.
Okay.
Yeah, that'll do the
Let's-
trick.
let's go
Okay.
with that.
So what I'm going to do is I'm going to hit receive down here, so that this is sending it from my item box to Kay's item box.
Thank you.
So these
Ah,
items
se
are
están
now in
compartiendo
Kay's item box.
material.
So we're going to select these.
Beautiful.
I'm going to send you the map. Just see what you think.
Okay. All right. I'll take it.
And then I'm going to hit send to game. So that will send them from Kay's item box in Zelda Notes.
Bueno,
To the game.
eso estaba
So the way
interesante.
you access that from the game is you have these 2 new icons added to your key items menu. We'll get to the other one in a second, but here's the item sharing icon. And you can just click on this and click withdraw, and anything that's been sent from the service, from the Zelda Notes, just appears here in your pouch. And so now I have, this is the one you sent? Where did it go?
Let's see. Where did that one go? Oh, you know what? Let's see. Let me just double check here.
Did you send it to the game?
I think I did, yeah. It should be there. Okay, maybe I'll cancel send to game. And then I'll select them again. Maybe it's the milk mop that screwed things up.
That's the culprit.
Let's see. Cancel. Okay, so we canceled that. Let's send. I'm just going to send you. Let's see. Select these.
There we go.
Send to game. Okay.
All right. So here we go. We're going to go ahead and click. Oh, the message is saying my pouch is full, so I can't receive any.
Oh, okay.
Okay. Well, you know,
Oh, you need room
Drop
for
some
items? Yeah, get rid of some of that stuff.
maybe I'll just drop some stuff.
There we go.
Okay.
There we go.
Well, you know, that's
That's
fine.
probably the.
Maybe I'll
Yeah, you
send
need
some
space for
stuff.
2 weapons, I think. So as
Might.
long as you have space for 2 weapons, maybe it'll be okay.
Oh, yeah, that was what it was because you were trying to send me 2 weapons.
It was
okay.
the mop. My bad.
Let's do this again.
All right.
There we go.
There it is.
Withdrawal complete.
Just needed some room.
I just needed to make some room. See, you threw things off with that mop. The mop was the problem. Because now I've
It's
got
still there for you to use it if you want it.
Dutch is like, don't worry.
It's the mop. Okay,
worth
so
it.
now I have that. If I wanted to send some items to you or to my own item box for depositing, then you just click deposit here. And now you can see you can send bows, shields, weapons, and materials. So to thank you for the mop.
the wonderful, wonderful mom.
I'm going to send you, let's see, what can I send you to really thank you for that mop? I'm going to send you a Korok
Fish.
leaf.
Maybe.
I'm gonna send you some dazzle fruit.
Oh, thank you.
I'll send you.
Yeah, you're sending some good
Can
stuff.
I get a crab? Can I have a crab?
I
Yeah,
was
you
like,
can-
I know.
gonna
I was
say,
like,
yeah,
I was
maybe
like,
a
send me something
crab.
Alright.
like a fish or something. I don't know.
Yeah,
rotten
O sea, es un
Yeah.
tema útil.
maybe
Maybe some-
something like this Gibdo guts.
Sí.
Food.
You can have that. So I'm gonna press the plus button here.
Pues entre
and
varias
deposit
personas que
that,
también jueguen
back
Zelda Tears of the
into
Kingdom.
my item box. And if Dutch
En mi
refreshes
caso, no.
the page, you can see they've shown up
So we got
right
those.
there.
And then what I can do here is I can send these guts straight to me.
Go ahead,
Give-
take it.
give-
It's my
straight to
gift
me.
to you.
Said no
Send-
one ever.
Yeah, yeah. brand new sentence.
Now,
No
before we go and take
faltará.
on this frogs, I do want
Esto
to
ya es muy
do
malicioso,
the
pero
daily
no
bonus.
faltará.
Just
Ah,
a
yeah,
little
okay.
bit of
El que diga que va a crear un paquete de cosas,
a
Alright.
little bit of a leg
no
up.
So we see
tanto
the
de
daily
lo,
bonus,
del
that's the one right
recurso,
in the
sino
middle
como de
of the app
las
screen
cosas que
here.
uno hace
So we'll
con
go
el
to the daily
ultramano.
bonus. And this is a little roulette here that we can spin. So I'm going to tap
No
that
falta
to
el que
start.
venda las
And we're going
cosas,
to get a
porque
random
se han hecho
effect.
cosas muy
A lot of them are the
brutales.
same kind of effects that you would get from eating a meal in the game.
Come on, come on.
So I'm going to stop it. What do you want me to get for you?
Well, I would really love something with gloom resistance.
Gloom resistance.
that-
All right,
if
here we go. Big money,
Handy.
big money, big
Yeah,
money.
if you
right?
can get it. If you can get it.
Warning meal.
Are you hungry?
Yes.
Getting
Gloom
a wording
resistance.
meal.
We got
Yeah.
it.
Oh, you got gloom
Nice.
resistance.
All
Okay.
right.
Well, just want to point out that that was completely random.
What are you talking about?
We sent good vibes to it. So okay, so now that that's activated, I can go into the game here and
Nice,
use
that's
it
awesome.
this way. Thank you. That's exactly
that
what I
works out.
wanted.
That was skill. You,
Turned
I
out.
asked you what you wanted and I
That
gave it.
that
Yeah.
turned out. So I'm gonna go ahead and equip. I've got this thing
That-
equipped. I want to equip my rocket shield, and we're gonna go do glorious battle.
Nice.
All right.
And the one thing I want to say about the daily bonus is that it does it resets from the time that you use it 24 hours. So from whatever time you use it, 24 hours later, you can use it again.
Oh no, he's seen me already.
Oh, there you go.
Got yeah.
Yep. Okay.
you've
All
done it.
right.
Sights on
Esto es
you.
lo que quiero
Nice
ver, batalla.
try.
He's got really long
Those
distance
consent
vision,
balls.
doesn't he? Saw me from a long way away.
Another thing I want to say while Kay is getting in here is that regarding item box, you can send 10 items a day into basically and treat it as external storage. So
Yeah.
Esos al principio son los más
we're not
fastidiosos
waiting,
para
we have
matar.
the ability to do
Pero ya
so.
después de que uno le
And you
coge
can
el
even
tiro con
transfer
los...
items between Breath
con
of
las
the Wild
flechas y
and
los
Tears of the
ojos.
Kingdom. You can send them between games to yourself.
Yeah,
So
which
if you
is
got
Ya
like a
con
huge
eso de una
stash
los
of
acaba.
diamonds or whatever in one game, then you can
you can
transfer
hook
that to
yourself
yourself.
up in the other
Yeah.
game. Yeah.
It's not always one-to-one because the items aren't exactly the same, but you might get like a rough equivalent.
Yeah, absolutely.
So
Beautiful. Wow, you're making
wow,
quick
yeah.
work of that
Yeah,
procs with
this
this
Sword
epic.
is really good.
You sure you don't want to use that mop though? It's
you
there
know,
for
the last
you.
hit,
We'll,
It's there.
we'll have a place for it later. All right. I'm gonna walk away from the explosion all
There you
cool,
go.
like,
Yeah.
here I am.
That's a strut.
I should have equipped the mop
Excellent.
for that.
There you
Okay,
go.
well, you know what? I'll equip it now.
Yeah, let's see what it looks like.
My beautiful.
That is beautiful.
You can break the milk and mop it up in one smooth motion.
Beautiful thing.
I don't
made,
know
Dutch.
why you would. Well, I can find a use for this.
Yeah.
Okay, so now that we have completed our task of defeating a Frox, I actually know that there is a point down here where I can ascend to the surface. We're
Light
going to go
route.
back up to the surface. But to get there, I would really like a vehicle.
Yeah,
so
okay.
this is a good time to show off the auto build sharing feature of the app.
Yes. So let's go to the home screen of the app again. We've got auto build sharing in the lower right-hand corner.
Mhm.
And this is basically a way for you to save and share the schematics that you create in the game. And then other people can then assemble those automatically in their game. So let's
Yeah,
take a look.
Right.
We've got
So the development team actually built something for this for us, and they shared the QR code with us. And so I've already got it loaded into my
your auto build
sharing menu. Thank you. So go ahead and send that
Este
to
sí
me
puede ser de lo
now.
más
Yes, it's this
interesantes para el
starred one
juego.
in the bottom right.
Pues con este
And we
cuento de la
can see it
aplicación.
comes up with an image of the schematic and a QR code. So that QR code is what we're going to share. So I'm going to send this. Oh, we already received it here. So I'm
Yes,
going to
I've
send it
already-
to the
yep.
game.
Send to game. Nice. So easy.
All right.
Yeah.
And now to access that from within the game, you just open auto build here. And there's a message now in the corner that says you can share auto build schematics using Zelda Notes. I'm going to click plus to receive. And there it is.
Boom.
There it is.
I love how quick and easy that was.
It was
Yeah.
very quick and easy.
Awesome.
Way quicker and easier than trying to
A ver,
copy
lo veo otra
I love
vez.
plus. There's a message now
it up with
that to me road with built something for this. into my
Your auto build
sharing menu. Thank you.
O sea, hay un código
So go ahead
QR.
and send that to me now.
Yeah, so it's this starred one in the bottom right. And we can see it comes up with an image of the schematic and a QR code. So that QR code,
Ok, y se genera un código QR, este se comparte, se descarga, se puede compartir, o me imagino que se puede enviar entre consola.
is what we're going to share. So I'm going to send this. Oh, we already received it here. But I'm
Yes,
going to
I've
send it
already-
to the
yep.
game.
Send to game. Nice. So easy.
All right.
Yeah.
And now to access that from within the game, you just open auto build here. And there's a message now in the corner that says you can share auto build schematics using Zelda Notes. I'm going to click plus to receive. And there it is.
Boom.
There it is.
I love how quick and easy that was.
It was
Yeah.
very quick and easy.
Awesome.
Way quicker and easier than trying to copy somebody else's build by like watching a video of it and doing
right.
it piece by piece.
Recreating
Which
it.
I have attempted to do with this build specifically, and it
Yeah.
was a challenge. Look at this beautiful, beautiful creation. So you can also send schematics that you've built direct from the game to your app. And I'm going to go ahead and do that with this really speedy car that I built.
So if you want to share it with somebody else, that's how you do it. You take
so
it from
I
the
just
game,
sent that to the app, and now it should show up there. Easy
refresh
peasy.
it here. So there it is in the upper right-hand corner.
All right, so I'm going to go ahead and get on this and jump over.
Fly to your destination.
Here we go.
And we're
And we just
off.
appreciate this
There we go. And
beautiful
we're off.
fire-breathing
I love how
dragon.
it kind of like bucks. It's like it's like a wild
This
animal.
thing is definitely a gas guzzler, so I'm going to just grab one of these real
Yeah.
quick.
There you go.
Smart.
There we go.
There we go.
Nice.
All right.
And while Kay is flying, Dutch, you wanted to maybe get into just briefly touch on the My Play data.
Yeah.
global data.
So on the home screen here in the upper right, we see My Play data. And if we open that up, this is basically a way of tracking all the stuff that you do in the game. So here you can get some medals for different, like achievements or things that you've done in the game, collecting materials and so on. In the stats section, you can see all kinds of interesting stats about your own playthrough. You can see
Yeah,
how many
enemies
materials you've
defeated.
collected, enemies defeated. You can see the number of deaths.
Wait, don't show them that.
Oh, all right, yeah. Kay has never died in this game.
No, never, not once.
And then if we go back to the home screen on the left side, deaths,
Wait, don't.
materials, see all kinds, collecting materials and for different. This is based so on the home screen
Maybe get into just
data. And if we open
Este
that
sí
up,
está
this is
muy
basically a way of
interesante.
tracking all the stuff that you do in the game. So here you can get some medals for different, like achievements or things that you've done in the game, collecting materials and so
ok.
on. In the stats section, you can see all kinds of interesting
está muy
stats about
interesante.
your own playthrough. You can see
Yeah.
Las
And
armas
materials-
coleccionadas, las rupias, las células de energías consumidas.
collected, enemies defeated. You can see the number of deaths.
Wait, don't.
Comidas, distancias, light routes, locations, hiding Koroks. Eso está muy bueno. O sea, la parte de analítica, de toda esta analítica comprimida del juego,
Don't show
sí
them
está
that.
muy,
Oh, all right,
muy
yeah. Kay
interesante.
has never died in this game.
No, never, not once.
And then if
La
we go back to the
aplicación
home
debe
screen
ser
on the
gratis.
left side in the middle, we have global
Creo
play
que también
data.
vayan a cobrar la
And this is a
aplicación.
way of comparing your own play data for your playthrough to other people all across the world. So you can see, for example, distance traveled, like how your own distance traveled stacks up to other people.
Uy,
And
eso
obviously,
está
this is pre-production.
brutal.
It's not connected. Distance
Dicen.
traveled stacks up. For example,
Materials, armas, distancias.
distance traveled, like how your own distance traveled stacks up to other people. And obviously, this is pre-production. It's not connected to real data at
Right.
this point, but
Exactly.
once it's up and running,
Then you can do that. Yeah.
here we can see
Enemigos derrotados. Upa.
the enemies defeated. This is a fun one. I think
That's
you can
so
see
cool.
the enemies that you've defeated, and then you can compare those to other
the
people
global, yeah.
across the world.
Super cool.
So yeah, that's a little.
Yeah,
Actually,
I'm
let's just take a
excited to
quick look
see
at this
what
one.
people
You can also
do.
see it by area, so you can see stats by like area on the map,
Mm-hmm.
which is fascinating.
It is fascinating.
Okay.
And here we are.
And here we
Perfect.
are. Having done glorious battle with my milk clock. even need my rocket shield that time.
Oh, yeah.
Okay. So I'm going to go ahead and just ascend here all the way to the surface, and I want you to pay special attention how smooth and quick this transition is.
We're locked in.
'Cause we're
Sí,
going all the way
normalmente
from the
demoraba.
depths
We're going all the
up
way
to the
from the depths
surface.
up to the surface. Exactly.
Swimming.
Boom.
here we are.
We're here already.
Uf. Bueno,
That was so fast.
So fast.
view.
Yeah,
Just
beautiful. I
haven't
know.
linked
pues
check things out
tampoco lo
before you
más
decide
rápido,
to
pero
commit.
digamos que sí, un
Um,
par.
Looks safe.
It looks safe.
par de
I think that
segundos.
we've got a friend over
Yes,
here.
we
Oh,
do.
hey.
Yeah,
Hello.
so I'm just gonna climb
Opa.
up here and I'm gonna
buddy.
take a quick selfie because who doesn't want to take a quick selfie with a Gleok
And a milk mop.
and a milk mop? Here we go. This is a great opportunity to show the photo studio.
Yes.
Ah, yeah.
mode
Okay, so
of
let's go.
Zelda Notes. So let me first open
Yeah.
my album here. And you can see the selfie I just took. Look at him with his
Beautiful.
little
So
rosy cheeks.
cute.
He's so cute. So I'm going to go ahead and use selection mode to send this to Zelda Notes. And then it should pop up in Photo Studio within the Zelda Notes.
Yeah, so let's take a look back at the app. We see the photo studio in the lower left. So we tap on that, and we can see our picture right here.
There it is.
There
And
it
from
is.
here, we can edit it. We can change like the shape of the picture, the borders, maybe
Crop
crop
it
it to, should we do one to one here?
Why not?
Little square.
Beautiful.
We can also add some little
Logos.
logos. Let's do a Zelda in the lower left.
Mhm.
Maybe an icon. Let's do one of these up here. And then we can also add QR codes either for your item box or to a particular schematic. So we can put the schematic right here for the monstrosity that you were piloting in the depths.
It was not a monstrosity.
Beautiful.
It's a beautiful, beautiful creature.
And then from there, yeah, we're complete. And then we can save it as a new image. So then now you have this image on your phone with, for example, your QR code that you built from your huge vehicles in the game or whatever. And then you can share this with whoever you want. They
Yeah.
can build that same schematic or do whatever they want.
Immediately.
And
Yeah.
it was so easy. Like, you don't even have to take a screenshot of the in-game photo album picture that you took. You can
Mhm.
just send it directly. It's
Yeah.
Yeah.
eliminating so many steps to get from here to your phone to a shareable state.
Really
And we
is.
should also mention that it doesn't only work with the in-game camera. You can also use it to send, or you can put screenshots that you take with just the normal capture button from your album if they're taken in either Breath of the Wild or Tears of the Kingdom. Those can go to the app as well.
That's right.
Yep.
Okay, so
Now
we
it's-
have one other thing that we want
Yes.
to show you, which we will navigate to.
Yes.
But before we do that, I need a flying vehicle. And I asked
Yes.
Dutch before this to create something that flies. And I didn't give him many boundaries
no parameters.
or
yeah,
parameters. I just said,
Yeah.
build me a flying machine.
And I thought
And,
long and hard about it.
So we have the QR code here from what Dutch made. And so we'll show you how to scan a QR code to import the schematic into your own auto build sharing bank.
Yeah, so here what I'm doing is I'm tapping that icon in the lower right, and then I'm going to say use camera, and I've got my schematic over here on my phone. So I'm just going to scan that QR code if I can get it to focus here. It's a little blurry.
Get it a little bit more.
Maybe, ooh,
Get the angle.
Muy pequeño.
there. Oh wait, I think there we go. That'll be better with that
a little
without
bit
that
more
thing.
in the get more of it in the image there.
There it is.
There
okay.
we go. Yeah.
All right. So now you just have to
Problemitas.
accept that into the bank and
there
then
we go.
send it to the game, and I'll be able to create it here.
So I'm going to pull it up
Beautiful.
here and do send to
Beautiful.
game. So I was thinking about
Also,
like
what is that?
Yes.
Well,
I
Got
mean,
a
you know
face?
what that is. You know.
I was thinking
do
about
know
a
what it
flying
is. You're ready.
machine, and I was
I've
like,
seen it.
what?
I've seen it.
What flies? Poultry flies, right? Like
You've seen it, and yet each time it's no
It's
less
a shock
shocking.
every
yeah,
time.
it's no less shocking.
I
like,
couldn't
look at
attach.
that.
I couldn't attach a live bird to it, so I had to settle for bird meat.
That's like kind of messed up.
Kind of terrifying.
I
Like,
mean,
why? Okay.
I have mixed feelings on this, but
If it flies, I mean,
The eyes-
you
the eyes
have
are great.
Understood the
Yeah,
assignment.
I
Okay.
did design it for vertical takeoff. So, oh yeah. it's
Okay,
gonna-
while I get this in the right
we
position,
get the navigation.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah, go ahead and
Okay.
set navigation up for the little surprise that we are gonna.
Yeah,
We're
we-
going to be getting into voice memories, and Dutch is just going to navigate us.
Yeah, we're gonna take it way back, all the way to the Temple of Time on the Great Plateau.
All right.
And we got a surprise waiting for us there. So
There
I'll
we
activate
go.
this, and then
Guidance
Kendra, you can
Yes.
activated.
Go.
talk about what
Vertical
we're going to find.
Yeah.
Your
So,
destination
oh my
is
goodness.
still some distance
So as
northwest
you
of
saw
here.
the question marks, this allows you also when you are able to turn it into basically a spoiler-free mode so that you can see, oh, there are things for me to go check out, but I don't know what they are. So that's what we've got it set to.
Your
But right
destination is
now we
still some
are
distance west
so
of
voice
here.
memories is a super exciting feature here and it will be in both Breath of the Wild and Tears of the Kingdom. Basically for this one we're going to check out a Zelda voice memory, and it
Please
is her just speaking to
Proceed
the areas that
west.
she's visited and the experiences that she's had in these different places, and they are going to be different between Breath of the Wild and Tears of the Kingdom, so it's super exciting. There are quite a few of them as well, I will say. So we're just on our way to
Dutch, I
Please
feel like I'm
proceed.
leaning.
one.
Yeah,
You
I
are,
should have warned you about that. It pulls a
are.
little bit to the left.
but you're maneuvering it very well.
It's a
All
prototype.
things considered.
It's a lot harder than it looks. This
I'll
thing
send
is
you
very
the final version later.
very volatile. All right. It's okay. Got
I
us
know.
to where we need to
I
go.
just say
Destination
it
is
doesn't, it
southwest of
doesn't
here
fly
and
super well, but it
close.
looks great. But I don't know.
It-
I can say that.
It
I don't
handles
know.
like a dream,
it
a
looks
very
Your destination is
it's
south of
intense.
here and close.
Hallucination
that one.
kind of dream.
Okay. Now they're not going to bother me.
Here we go.
Here we go.
Jumping into the temple with the milk mop.
All right. South of here and close.
Your destination is south of here and close.
Está muy charro lo de la voz. Que te guíe con
Your
GPS.
destination.
There are several ancient texts and works
La
of
pregunta es,
literature that
¿tiene
speak of the
diferentes
Temple of
idiomas el
Time by
GPS
name,
o solamente
but
va
all
a ser
of them
en
describe
inglés?
a structure that differs in design from the one we see today. Hyrule's history is long, and this discrepancy is one of the unsolved mysteries of our land.
Okay, so that
All
was
right.
Awesome.
the
Yeah.
Zelda voice memory.
That was it.
I love
right.
it. It's just gives so much to like look forward to and discover. And if you look at the map now,
Yeah.
you can just see how
You
many.
said there were a lot of
these
them, and we
there
can zoom
are to
out on
find.
the map and see
Uy, qué montón.
they're all over.
Look at that.
Quite a few.
Quite a few to find. So it makes it even extra worth it going back to replay these games. And like you said, there's some in Breath of the Wild as well to
Mhm.
discover. So you can go back to your old game and go find these all with
Absolutely.
the navigation.
Yeah, and as well you should, because they are amazing.
Yes.
All right. Well, I think that's about it for this particular segment.
Yeah.
We'll be moving on to Nintendo Switch 2 Game Chat and Nintendo GameCube Nintendo Classics. So stick around. That's up next.
Estuvo bien. No sé muy bien lo del chat. Pero todo lo que tenga que ver con estadísticas estuvo brutal. A ver cuál vemos. Eso es diferente.
Upgrade your
Esta es una
adventures in
promo.
Hyrule on the Nintendo Switch 2 system. The Legend of Zelda, Breath of the Wild, and The Legend of Zelda, Tears of the Kingdom games will both have Nintendo Switch 2 editions. Jump back into the adventure, now with enhanced resolution and frame rates. They both support HDR, which makes the image more vibrant, and they have smoother, higher definition graphics. Plus, the load times when warping are much faster, helping you explore Hyrule with ease. If you already own the Nintendo Switch games, your save data can be carried over.
Yo
On
creo que la
top of
gente va a
that,
terminar
you can now
jugando
create
más
2 manual save data
Tears of the
files, so
Kingdom
feel free to start a new game
Breath of
without
the
worrying
Wild.
about losing your old data. And introducing Zelda Notes, a new feature that can help you get
Footage of Breath of the
Yo
Wild.
iba a ver el de Mario.
everybody, welcome back. This is Nintendo Treehouse Live Nintendo Switch 2. I am Demetrius, and I'm joined here with Sam and Kendra. And this is Mario
Sam
Kart
and
World.
Kendra.
All right, I'm so excited. All right, Sam, why don't we talk about what we're going to be doing here?
Yeah, so this is Mario Kart World, and as the name implies, there is a whole new world of Mario Kart to explore in this game. And as such, we're not going to be able to get into super deep detail into everything today. As you saw in the Direct yesterday, there is a dedicated Mario Kart World Direct that will give us the deep dive information in a couple of weeks. So stay tuned for that. But for right now, this is really just going to be a first look. And today we're going to be jumping into the Grand Prix and show you the new flow for how Grand Prix works in this game. We're starting out on the character select screen, and I just wanted to highlight some of the cool animations that we're looking at.
It's so great. Got that little
Mario
dance
doing his
going.
little shimmy.
Yeah.
Luigi.
He looks so cute. Earlier you had it on Toad, who
Okay,
you
yeah,
could
we'll
just,
go back to
again,
Toad.
yes. I mean, come on.
One of my favorites is Waluigi here. He looks like he's ready to rumble.
He really does. He's ready to throw down.
Okay, so for this here, we're gonna stick with Mario.
Yes.
We're gonna try and minimize distraction. Okay, cool. And we could see that we've got these fully formed vehicles now. We're no
Correct.
longer selecting individual kart parts like
They're
we
just-
were in Mario Kart 8 Deluxe. We could still see the details, so you can still get your stats. And we've got some really cool vehicles. One of my favorites here is Charging
Pero hay una nueva
Truck.
estadística
Such a good
añadida,
one.
¿no?
Yeah.
And
I'm
the-
Speed,
baby
acceleration,
and the baby
weight,
blooper, yeah.
handling.
For right now, I'm gonna roll with the standard cart.
Still great.
Nice. Classic.
Mhm.
Classic.
And we're gonna do the Mushroom Cup. You can see we've got 4 brand new courses here: Mario
Cuatro
Brothers Circuit,
pistas.
Crown City, Whistle Stop Summit, DK Spaceport. And then on the map, you could see that these courses are actually connected in a physical
Correct.
world, and we are going to drive between them in the Grand Prix flow. But we'll show a little bit more of that later. So let's do Mushroom Cup, and we're gonna go with 100cc, take it a little bit slower so that we could take in more of the details as we're
Absolutely.
playing.
Going on a little road trip.
Yeah, yeah. That's kind of the idea, you know. That
Totally.
all of this is in a world now.
All right, now we're going to be starting at Mario Brothers Circuit.
Yeah, so when you select a cup, you get this flyover of the courses that you're going to be racing on.
Ah, so good.
Ah, look at them.
Yeah.
Those rainbow sparks.
Mario Kart es
I'm already
muy
seeing
enviciado.
ways to go. I haven't done
O
it
sea, Mario
before.
Kart es una cosa.
The more you play these courses, the more details that you'll notice on the periphery of different routes and different things that you can do.
I love all the little details and the little signs.
All right.
First race.
Mario is ready.
Yeah. And we could see...
Mario's ready. Are you ready?
Yeah,
Sam?
I hope so.
And as Sam gets ready here, he's getting ready to start. You notice that there are
Boom.
24
Uy.
races as well.
¿Cuántos
Yeah,
son?
here is
Ah,
the-
bueno, sí,
and we
pues
could-
son
Mario's
20
ready,
y
are you
pico, pero... Que es mucha gallada.
Ready?
Yeah,
Sam?
I hope so.
And as Sam gets ready here, he's getting ready to start. You notice that there are
Boom.
24 racers as well.
Me
Yeah,
imagino que
24
tendrá lo
racers
mismo
on
para
the
el
starting
arranque,
grid.
un truco.
And if you think about Mario Kart as like a mathematical formula
Dos
for potential
cajones.
chaos, increasing the number of racers to 24 is a very significant
montarse en las
variable
barras.
in increasing that chaos.
And that's what we need.
Yes,
We need
yes,
that chaos.
absolutely.
That's what makes it so good. You never know what's going to happen.
All right. There we
Oh,
go.
nice, that was clutch.
Right into second
Nice.
place. All right. Oh,
That
oh,
coin,
oh.
yep.
Got a battle here, though.
DK
Oh.
still ahead of me.
Oh, nice. You got it. You got
you
it.
I timed that well.
So lucky there. Okay, got some coins.
Oh,
And-
that's
Right. You still got so many more coins.
Look at all those
Oh.
coins.
yeah, that's a new item. That's a coin
Más
shell.
monedas.
And one thing I want to say too is you'll note the
Bueno, tiene
way the
sentido,
bomb
son
is
muchos más
behind
competidores,
Mario,
entonces
it's actually being
se
held
necesitan más
there
puntos
without
para
Sam having to
una
hold down the
posible
button.
That's
That's
correct.
a new thing
Yeah.
to this game, and
un
it's
desempate.
very helpful. I will say.
Yeah, items automatically assume that defensive position. You no longer have to hold a button down.
You're really holding on to this for long.
Yeah.
I mean, it's
Oh,
smart.
see, now
yes.
you're going to lose all your...
Okay,
that.
all right, yeah. A couple
Oh.
of new things there. A
Yes.
couple of new things there. So there was
Good.
a brief rail ride into a wall ride.
Yeah, that was
And
awesome.
the blue shell missed you there, so you were...
I didn't even notice that. I was so focused on doing
Yeah.
other things. So you'll notice the first time I took this lap, I took a slightly different route here. And now
Eso
you
sí
can see
tiene algo
my
muy
vehicle,
bacano en Mario
you don't
Kart, son
have
los
those, like,
atados.
gliders that you had in Mario Kart 8 Deluxe.
Hay
Now
unos
your
muy
vehicle
difíciles de
has
agarrar.
Yes,
Yeah.
sprouts wings, which
I-
is really cool.
Yeah, and I also appreciate your defensive strategy here, Sam, of like hanging on to your items.
Yeah.
You're just like, I'm hanging on to
I
this
just
in
use
case.
Well, I'll hang on
O sea,
to
solo
this
es
for a little while.
acercarse a la
So I'm
barra
riding on this
Strategies,
rail
right?
de
now,
una.
and this is something that's new. You can see that I can build up boosts just like I could, just like you can when you're
Boom.
drifting. Yeah, I'll
Oh,
do
it's
that again.
satisfying. That's
Yeah,
so
it's really,
satisfying.
it's really fun to do. So if you think about like in Mario Kart 8 Deluxe, you had those see, and now it's raining.
You were quite ahead in first, but it looks like everyone's.
I
throwing
Ah,
love
bueno,
it
lo
that
del
up.
detail.
clima es
You
algo
can
que
see
han
how
avisado.
Mario's hat gets wet in the rain.
Oh yeah,
It's
look
so
at that.
The
cool.
course is getting
Yep.
completely wet too. It's changing the way it looks, so it's awesome.
Okay, I've got a little bit of a lead here, so I'll finish with a little flourish.
Look at that.
Oh, look at you.
Boom.
Hey.
Good job.
Thank you,
Yes.
thank you. I'm proud of that. I'm happy with the way that went.
And Mario looks amazing with the crown on
Yeah.
top of the hat. We got two hats going
15,
on.
12.
Well, that's this could be a very temporary state, so please
O sea,
no
15
early
puntos por
congratulations.
carrera al primero.
I just got so excited. You did so good.
All right, next race.
All right, so we'll get on to the next race. And as you can see here, yeah, it's drawing our path to Crown City, and that's because, well, look, we're starting the next course, but we're still here at Mario Brothers Circuit. And that's because we're not just going to automatically be transported to Crown City. We're going to drive there. These courses are connected in a world.
So
Oh, don't miss your boost.
Oh, no, I was too busy talking. I was too
That's
busy
all right.
No se dio cuenta.
You'll make it up. You'll
Yammering.
make it up.
It's all good.
So now you can
As we
maybe.
drive by Yoshi
Yeah.
here.
Yeah, so we're on the road. Oh
Oh my
gosh,
gosh, the Goomba.
Poor Goomba. We're on the road. Oh!
You got
Head-on
that's okay.
collision.
You're
Creo
good,
que eso
you're
no
good.
pasaba en
As you can tell,
el-
there's a lot of obstacles in the course.
En
There's
el
a
8.
lot of different people you want to drive around. Just be careful. Ooh!
Yeah, there's a lot of traffic here,
Yeah.
including Goombas, and so
Oh
you
my
start
goodness,
you
there you
start to
go.
get the idea that like, you know, these sections in between the courses sort of blur the line of like what is a course.
Mhm.
The whole world starts to feel like a course in Mario Kart World,
Which is
Yeah,
amazing.
it's so much fun.
Oh, you're gonna be able to get.
Yeah,
Oh!
nice, nice.
Get him!
¿Cómo falló eso?
You know what though? I was gonna say that.
Lo
boost
tenía al
was
frente.
Oh, that was aimed at the. Okay.
Okay, we could see in the distance there. We're coming up on Crown City. You see that big
Yes.
tire over there.
there. Just about to make it there. All right, we're getting on our way. Oh, you got a comfortable.
Yeah.
I'm going
Look at
not
you.
too comfortable. Not too comfortable.
Comfortable.
Mario's
I
excited.
spoke
Anything
too
can
soon.
happen.
We got a red
Let's
shell coming after you. All right. Sorry.
Did I? I had a.
You
I had a
dodged
red
it.
zone.
Yeah.
All right.
So as we're about to approach
Yeah, get those points.
Crown
Yeah, I
City
want
here,
coins. I want coins. Where did that come
I have
from?
no idea where that.
Don't
came
worry
from.
about it.
Be very careful. All right, things looking good.
Going for that rail.
Yeah, I'll
Yeah.
take it. Yeah, the more you
Boom.
play these courses, the more you start to realize these rails are all over the place, and there are different routes and different paths that you can take.
Yeah,
I'm
it's
still
very
discovering new
beneficial.
stuff.
Oh yeah. There's
Yeah, you're
so
already
much
racing
to
slightly different than
discover.
I was, so it's great to see.
And as you can see, you can now do
¿Qué hace la
multiple tricks
pluma?
when you're in the air.
Awesome.
All right, it's good. Okay, here we
Got a
go.
multi-lead going on.
About to make our way.
There's people cheering in the sidelines there.
You can just see all these banners are up. Mario Kart TV, really cool stuff. Oh, okay. Wow, look at you going in.
Yeah, you're really. I know. You're
Making me proud.
It's really fun to do.
And it looks like all your competition's starting to catch up behind you here.
Yeah, I was gonna
Not
say.
over yet. You still gotta hold that position.
I was gonna say this a little bit earlier, but like in Mario Kart 8.
Oh!
nice try.
That
This
was-
game is not gonna wait for me to speak.
No. Every time it happens, you're like, nope.
Oh.
Hold on.
Can you?
Oh.
Oh.
Ah.
I respect what you're trying to do there.
Still,
You can
still
hold
got
it.
it.
Look
Still
at
got
that.
it.
Hey.
Still got it.
Wow.
Okay.
All right. You had some good acceleration
I was being
there.
threatened by Bowser Jr.
If
there.
that was like 3 seconds later, that would have been probably second place. All right, so what are our overall standing? Okay, you're doing good here.
yeah,
You gotta hold
Bowser
on.
Jr. was hot on my heels.
30,
Okay,
21.
on to the next. That was so
Mario
close.
looked really stoked about that.
Mantienen los mismos puntos.
So up next is Whistle Stop Summit, but of course we're gonna drive there first.
Yeah, we're not just gonna transport ourselves there.
Seeing some
Third race.
Mario
Remember
Sunshine
that
characters there.
rolling
Yeah.
start? Don't forget that boost, Sam. There
Yeah,
you go.
thank
You
you.
got it.
Thank you.
Look
I
at all the
gotcha.
toads. They're so cute.
A little delicatessen. There's a
you've got
diner
these
again.
diners.
Yeah.
Oh, speaking of diner, here we
Let's
go.
go.
Yes.
Let's
Get
get
a
some
little
dash.
snack. Yeah, there we go.
All right, dash food. Yum.
Oh, in between those cars. Okay, so like, what's one of the most fun things about going on a road trip? Is like trying all the different food
It's-
in these different places that you visit. So I've got a burger here. It
There
gives
you
a
go.
boost and it can
Oh.
transform you into a different outfit.
Yes, so cool.
Go off that surfboard. Go off the surfboard. Oh, it's hard.
Oh,
It cursed me.
oh, you can do it. You can do it.
Oh, you got it right.
Right?
No!
Oh, my goodness.
Pero
I
no se
did
salen
it.
de las pistas. Todos siguen
Hey,
en la
it works
misma
out in the
pista.
end.
You meant to do that.
Yeah, we'll call that planned. That bank
Bank shot. Yeah, I was gonna say.
Oh, wow. Right back
Surprise,
on.
DK.
Yeah. Okay.
Okay, so now we're transitioning into Whistle Stop Summit here.
Here we go. Oh, listen,
And again,
you
we've
can-
got these wings, which
you
are
gonna
cool,
be able
and I
to
can
do it? Yeah. There we go. Oh, okay. Nice.
I'll race here.
I
But
know there's some rails there.
Yeah.
Nice. There we go.
So because this is a rail station,
Oh,
there are a lot of rail
That-
riding opportunities
and a
around
lot of
here.
green
and a
shells.
lot of green shells. You're right.
Oh, 4? Oh, ooh, close. All right. How many coins do you have? You have 10. All right, so you're looking pretty good there.
I'll get a few more.
Yeah. Okay, and there's some nice. Oh wait, you already have 2 items. Yeah,
Oh,
very
nice.
good.
Yeah,
There
you
you
get up
go.
on the
I
rails
like that.
here. This is really fun.
Oh, watch out for that.
I know.
Oh, that.
Oh.
Well, we're only in second.
Yeah, yeah.
What-
we can
¿Cuánto
bring-
va
we can
de
bring this back.
gameplay?
Yeah, we've got
Okay,
some
we're
time.
okay,
We've
we're
got some
okay.
time. You're
En
good.
12
You know,
minutos
you've been
creo
very
que es
lucky. I've
la
seen a
única,
couple
lo
red
único
shells
más
now,
emocionante
like,
que,
behind you, and
que
it's
le
not,
han,
not been able to catch up with you, so that's great.
que le han demostrado.
Okay,
Okay,
we're good.
no.
We're good. We're good. We're good.
Like, you got this, Sam.
A few more coins
Moving
can
and
never
grooving.
Se
hurt.
mantiene lo mismo, gana velocidad.
Oh,
Hey,
Nice.
Eso
look at
está,
that.
eso
Beautiful.
está muy
Alright.
brutal.
it's good.
Okay, taking the lead again.
Okay.
You got
here we go.
this.
Sorry, I'm like now the heart's pounding. I'm concentrating.
No
Good.
pressure, but all the pressure.
Got some healthy adrenaline
Yeah,
going on.
here we
Take
go.
a few more coins.
It'll help.
This is looking good.
Oh no, DK's in front of me though.
Oh. Oh, I get you go. There we go. Oh.
Pero
Here
no
we
sé,
go.
estoy notando algo como que si están entre los 3
might
primeros,
know
como
others.
que,
I don't know, but I like
Whatever
it.
happened, it was serendipitous.
Yeah. It
o
was
sea, se
great.
supone que son como
Here we
20 y
go.
pico,
Yes.
pero si ya va, si vas como entre los primeros 3,
Alright.
literalmente
Okay,
vas
good
solo, o sea,
style.
no,
Riding
no
the
te
rails of victory.
atacan,
Setting off the good
no,
pace.
no,
I'm
no ponen
liking
en
this.
riesgo la
Getting
primera
first, first,
posición.
first.
Look at Mario.
Yeah, but you could see how those rails really change your path.
It
through
really
the course.
does, yeah.
And you could do something different every
Mm,
time.
Eso es algo
Yeah,
que
it
no
opens
le
up
veo
so
como
many
It
possibilities.
really does. All right.
And now we're
DK
driving
Space
Convence
Force.
así
I
mucho.
love it.
I know. I am super
Yeah.
excited for this one.
Goodbye, Whistle Stop Summit.
Bueno, igual lo mismo pasa en el Mario Kart 8.
Final race.
I love that. Oh my goodness.
All right. You got this. Perfect.
Yes.
Nice
Oh, so good. Yeah, DK got it too.
Don't
so
let him draft off of you.
we're in the
Right,
race.
yeah.
Thank you.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Are you drafting off of him? Yeah,
Yeah.
nice.
You
Oh.
can see there was a little ramp up there to that power line, so you can rail ride on those power lines.
So cool.
All right, you got this. You got 2 items coming up here. If you can get them both. Oh!
Car took it.
We'll take
Right,
2
get
coins.
some coins. Yep.
Ooh,
Wow, that
someone's
green
right-
shell was
yeah.
right there.
Well, is that on a driver? Yeah,
Oh.
it is. It's DK.
DK wants the
Followed,
revenge.
followed closely by
Oh.
Bowser Jr. Did he get him? He
yeah, he
did.
Yeah.
did. Oh, you got a battle.
Oh
Nice.
He
no!
took the items.
I didn't get him.
No.
Oh.
So you see how
Okay.
a comfortable lead can be removed from you instantly.
Mm-hmm.
Okay, so we're passing this sort of security gate now, and we're getting into DK Space
Ok,
Force.
bueno. De este ya me informé lo suficiente. Quiero ver. Ta, 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 ta. Vamos al gameplay de Donkey Kong.
Hey everybody, welcome back to
Donkey Kong
Nintendo
Odyssey.
Treehouse Live, Nintendo Switch 2. Once again, I am Demetrius, and I'm joined here with BK and K. And this again is Donkey Kong Bonanza. We're going to be doing a little bit of exploration again, and this is going to be a lot of fun.
I'm really
Yes.
excited for this
So
because BK's letting me play.
Yeah, we're gonna mix it up a little bit because
Yeah.
you know, you guys have seen how I play Donkey Kong Bonanza, but I want you guys to see just how much variety there is in exploration and destruction at the same time.
So let's hop right into
Yeah,
it.
so here we
go.
are. We're back on the lagoon layer. And I'm just going to wander a bit. BK, you definitely know your way around this layer way better than anyone.
Ooh.
Yeah,
so
yeah,
if you
yeah.
want to just guide me in my destruction,
Sure. Well, if you want to open up the map screen by hitting the minus button.
sure.
Un aviso,
we're
un
gonna see
aviso no
landmarks
disponible,
Okay.
envío
If you
limitado
wanna head
en
off to the
Gapstone.
right section of the map, and you turn a little bit, you see that little hidden alcove down there?
This one here?
Yeah, that one there. There's
Okay.
actually a hidden void stake right there.
Oh, I
You can
see
make
it.
out on the left.
I
So there's
see it.
sometimes more than one void
Bananas
stake
and
in any
fossils.
given layer, which means
Okay.
there's an alternate way to keep progressing further
So we've
down.
got to kind of head along the edge here.
Yeah, so I mean, you could head over the edge, through the edge.
Through the edge. Let's
I
see
like
what
where
happens.
this is going.
Yeah,
Uf,
I'm just punching downward here.
Yeah,
see what I
let-
can
Going
find.
down.
let your
Going
tiene
down.
demasiados
Muscle be your guide.
estímulos.
I think this is the room that we found yesterday. Let's
careful,
go.
DK. Careful, DK.
Oh, okay, here's the
Yeah,
barrel
so that'll take you
cannon.
back up.
And there's a, oh, no, I don't want to do that.
Hit that.
I know you're excited about getting in a barrel cannon. Let's see if we can find the
I think we'd all be excited.
banana.
I
Okay.
appreciate you grabbing every banana you see.
I mean, that's how you play the
Mandatory.
game, right?
Yeah, correct.
Que como en
So
Mario
let's
dice
see.
que eran
This
las
one
lunas, pero acá son
Comes out
bananas.
this way. Ooh.
Yeah, like I said, there's all sorts of fun stuff hiding all over these layers that you wouldn't necessarily know it's there. Is not necessarily telegraphed to you in advance. So it's really on you to explore, punch your way through
I
things.
think we somehow
find
ended
little
up on the opposite side of the island that
Está
I wanted.
bonito. Yo
We
tengo
did, but,
esto.
You know,
Sí,
it's not
sí.
a race.
Well, let's just go through here.
The punching's part of the journey.
It really
right.
is. I'm just
Making
gonna
your way here.
create my own path here.
Love it. Love it.
Would love to.
Yeah.
You
No,
know
ya vi
what?
que este
You can
juego
definitely
es de
brute force your way.
horas.
I'm just gonna
y
grab
horas.
some
There we
terrain here
go.
to
Yeah.
kind of
Chunks are.
help. Oh,
Tiene demasiada recompensa.
Yeah, they're definitely your fastest way forward.
Yep.
look,
Oh,
see?
okay.
You're already on the other side.
we
Whoa.
found the
Close
edge
one.
of the island.
All right.
Yeah.
There we go.
Okay. Let's just
So,
grab on here and we'll
go
climb.
around.
Ah,
Major jump.
Good reflexes, DK.
Yeah. All right. Now, what is the sand? I don't want sand.
Oh, you're creating art.
Okay. So let's see.
There you
Let's
go.
do some terrain
Opa.
landscaping here. Wee! Did I pass the?
Oh no, you're still on your way. You're still on
Okay.
your way.
Yeah, I think
Alright.
it's over there to the right, correct?
Okay.
Yeah.
You know what?
Estás
If it's over there, I'm
gastando.
gonna grab. I just saw some boom rock down there. I'm gonna grab some of
Yeah.
that. Help me kind of clear a path. Ooh, thanks.
Yeah, can't resist boom rock.
Not
Can
at
I
all.
climb with it? Yep. Okay. Here we go.
Yeah, DK's got very strong calves, very strong toes.
Doesn't skip leg day.
There we go.
You have made a door.
I have made a doorway.
Oh, and if you'll
El mejor que el
if
Mario
you'll,
Odyssey sí se ve.
punch that shifty stone, you might have an extra
Yeah.
challenge
Let's
to do.
see.
Y el Mario Odyssey es
I'm
un
gonna
juegazo.
really make a fool of myself here. Oh no.
Get
Este
over
se va
there.
de Gotti.
Yeah, you got it. You got it. You got 18 seconds.
Oh, you're gonna make quick work of this.
Yeah.
Very good.
Yes. Yes. Thank you. Thank you. It's beautiful.
All right.
Yeah.
I
All
don't think
right.
you showed that one before, so that's awesome.
No, that was a fun one.
Yeah, that's a new one. All right, we're
Really
still making
easy.
our way
Okay, so this is
down.
where
There
we're
we
going
go.
over here. Oh, look at this. Something to punch.
What isn't there to
I'm gonna
punch?
get some air time. All right.
Yeah, very
Is
good.
this? Am I on a monkey head?
Odds are very good. Okay.
I mean, I kind of blew a hole through it, so we won't get into that.
Yeah.
Okay.
It's art.
All right. Got it? Yeah.
Oh, here
One
we
hit
are.
down already. Nicely done, Kay.
Great. Oh,
So-
and there's a monkey over there. Hi.
Now, since we've been through this layer one time before, I think it might actually be fun to hop down there and see what's waiting for you down there.
Sure. Oh, let me just get this treasure chest real quick. 'Cause if you're anything like me,
Very
you're
good.
gonna get distracted by all the shiny.
Oh, this game's very good for that. There's so many shinies.
Thanks.
Yeah.
Okay.
pretty much everywhere you deform, you will naturally encounter vanadium gold, chunks of it, little pebbles of it.
So are we gonna take the plunge?
Yeah, go ahead and dive punch down there if you want to.
Whee! Oh.
Now, we're not going to let you see everything down here. We will give you a brief little glimpse
Sublayer.
of Sublayer 101, which is one floor down.
Oh boy, lots of stuff to do down there.
But now we'll take you back. We'll take you back to the start of the
Yeah,
layer.
Do you want to play?
De Martínez Wood.
Yes, I do.
We'll go back to Ape Cape. You can see that gold on the ground there marks where you've returned, just in case you want a little identifier.
I'm just gonna go ahead and destroy everything. So I don't even know where I'm going. I don't even care.
You're getting the D play style.
Oh, I found treasure. I'll take it.
Does the D stand for destruction? I've been calling you Dimitri.
I've been upgrading.
Muy
Maybe
bueno.
multi-purpose.
Muy bueno.
I'm just gonna punch my way through everything.
Don't forget the hand slaps.
Muy
to
posible
collect
que
all the
esté-
collectibles around.
I want to go
And
back
maybe
and just destroy it
there
all.
could be something hidden, so the sonar
Muy
of the
posible.
hand slap is good
Antoja
for
más
that.
este que el Mario
There
Kart.
you go.
Nice little
Yeah.
area here.
Okay.
Por algo le amarraron el
Buzzoid,
Mario
too.
Kart
See
al-
that guy coming. Bye, Buzzoid.
It was all by
a la
design.
consola.
Just gonna start swinging on my way down. I'm not gonna even go.
Definitely.
Ahora ese video de
One way
Nate,
to make an
Definitely.
de Casey.
Alright, got a punch out.
That's literally stealing shots.
You don't mind if I use this shot, do you?
Los blogs de Casey son brutales. Esta man ahí le ganan blog.
You ready?
I'm ready. You ready?
I'm ready. Sam recently got fired from his job and got a studio in my building.
Okay, we're doing it. Okay. Have fun.
Colin did not get fired.
I did not get fired.
Poor little guy. These colors, the colors look weird. Huh. I had my settings on creative profile saturated. My apologies. A little rusty. Sorry if it looks weird. Where is it? Did you bring a charger for your boosted board?
Shit, no, I did not.
Oh, it's raining out? You getting it done or what, Marlon?
Hey, Casey, what's going on? What you guys doing, man?
Hey!
York is gradually coming back.
That's right.
You guys be safe. Take care.
Bye, Marlon.
One love, brother.
See you.
All right.
Well, let me get a Red Bull.
We can pull over and give you one. It's good.
Thank you.
Yo, can I flick up with you real quick?
Yeah, yeah.
I think we look
You guys
pretty sick.
look cool
Yo,
as
nice to
hell.
meet you, man.
Thanks for the Red Bull. Hey, I'm Casey.
Absolutely.
Nice to meet you. Bye, guys.
Excuse me. Denied?
If you need to borrow money, Sam, just let me know. I'll gotcha. I got $2 for you.
What's up, man? You riding the skateboard today?
Always.
Always. All right, have a good day.
All right, stay safe.
All right, you guys ready?
Is it crowded up there?
No, not really. People are coming in waves.
Okay,
And
cool.
for badges, you guys
How do I look? Okay.
Ran a fit.
Let's go! High five, Casey! Yeah!
Uf, qué chimba.
Hey, Sam. Are we not going to get to take one home?
Yeah, you can probably grab one of those and, but no, probably not today.
Let's steal one.
We can ask really nicely. We will definitely be able to get to play, but you can just grab one right there.
They're going to notice. are the chances that I can take one home? Third place.
I want one. The screen's awesome. The hardware's awesome. This game looks awesome. Yeah, I want one.
How are you navigating the bad lighting?
By shooting raw.
Why wouldn't they optimize for filming in here?
Dude, wait till you get upstairs. Because I just walked down here and went, oh, this is way better lighting than upstairs.
Who is this optimized for?
Look, tech demos, they try to hide the stuff they don't want you to see. You're going to have a great time playing games, Casey. That's what you're going to do.
Thanks for bringing the light.
Yeah, no problem.
It's not what you think. Sam, how's Donkey Kong?
I just want to keep punching everything. I'm surprised Nintendo did this, and I'm really glad they did, because they could have just had Mario Kart Mario Party, and they went ham. Yeah, this is awesome. And it looks good too.
Can you give me a review of the Switch 2?
It's been so much fun to play. Did you get to play Mario Kart?
Yes.
Oh, Mario Kart World is going to be just game changing.
What does my audience need to know if they clicked on this expecting a review and I didn't give it to them?
You need to go pre-order April 9th. It's coming out June 5th. That's all you need to know.
I'm not getting paid to make this. You
I'm
don't
not
have to. Okay.
Pre-order con los nuevos aranceles.
To be clear. What are you doing over there?
I'm on the wrong side.
Okay, so here's my review. Here's my takeaway. Sorry for the lighting. It's not my fault. I don't know a lot about video games. I don't play much, except for during COVID. Like the first 3 months of COVID, I just didn't play Call of Duty. Short of that, Game Boy 1 and Tetris are peak video games for me. But what I like about Nintendo, what I liked about this whole thing, is that unlike like processing power and specs and all that stuff, the metric that they seem to value the most at Nintendo is still fun, and that seemed the case here.
Muy brutal esa experiencia. Qué chimba para los que pueden estar. A ver la review.
Work today is broken. We're all working in too many disconnected apps, and it's killing team productivity. But for the first time...
Yo, I'm KBHD here. Welcome to your first look and hands-on with the Nintendo Switch 2. And this is everything you need to know. It's obviously one of the hottest and most anticipated new consoles in a long time. So when Nintendo invited me to this little hands-on in New York City with a few other YouTubers, obviously, I said yes. So the first Switch, I don't know if you remember, came out in 2017. So naturally, almost a decade later, there's a bunch of stuff that people, including myself, and the casual, have been waiting for this to be updated. And spoiler alert, they basically, I think, hit every single one of those things. But there is one big asterisk kind of overhanging all of it. So general form factor wise, this shape, very familiar. It looks like a Switch. Like you've probably already seen the images online, but it is noticeably bigger. So it's the same thickness as the first generation, but it feels thinner because everything's kind of spread out more. It's bigger. The body's bigger, the Joy-Cons are bigger, and it's mostly driven by this big new screen. So it's now a 7.9-inch display up front, up from 6.2. And this is still an LCD, but it's now a 1080p variable refresh rate LCD that gets up to 120 hertz. And it just looks so much better than the original Switch. It looks plenty bright to me too. It supports HDR as well. Notably, it's not an OLED though, so it doesn't have the perfectly inky blacks or the battery life advantages that come with an OLED. I do kind of think that we're eventually also going to see a Switch 2 OLED. I think that makes sense. It'll probably be in a few years. There's probably also going to be a Switch 2 Lite in a few years as well.
Switch OLED,
doesn't mean you have to wait for those. It's just something to keep in mind in the back of your head. But yeah, I'm definitely loving the variable refresh rate up to 120 hertz. Every game they're showing here takes advantage of it. You know how iPhone defenders always love to say, oh, you know, people can't tell the difference between 60 and 120 hertz. It's no big deal. But, you know, high refresh rate and gaming go hand in hand, so I think a lot of people will appreciate the smoother games and potentially also the smoother UI that comes with it. So the screen is the biggest improvement. Now there are some other, nice quality of life improvements here, like the full width kickstand that lets you prop it up at a pretty wide variety of angles, including almost all the way down, similar to the Switch OLED. But they added another port up to the top as well, and that makes it easier to charge while the console's kind of sitting on a table or something, since that was a pain before. And it's also perfect for the additional USB Type-C accessories, which I'll get to in a second. But I think the other obvious biggest upgrade is the new Joy-Cons. So many things are better about these new Joy-Cons. First of all, they are bigger, like everything else, which ergonomically is very welcome. The left and right sticks are larger too. There's a new C button down here for game chat, which I will also get to in a second. And then they connect to the main console with magnets in a really satisfying way. They basically just slap right onto the side and line up automatically, no slide necessary. Love a good magnet. You get them off by holding this release button here, which is literally just a lever that pushes the Joy-Con off the side of the Switch. And I think it's really nicely calibrated. If you just touch the release button, but don't pull, and I think it's really nicely calibrated. If you just touch holding this release button here, which is literally just a lever that pushes the Joy-Con off the side of the Switch. And I think it's really nicely calibrated. If you just touch the release button, but don't pull, the Joy-Con actually pushes off, but then snaps right back on because the magnet is so strong. But if you release and pull, then it just pops off really easily, and then you can snap it back on whenever you want with a nice click. Now, the neat thing is, most of the Joy-Con is still made of plastic to be lightweight, but at the top here, these SR and SL buttons, first of all, they are way bigger than last gen, but they're also actually made of the metal that the magnets in the console are attracted to. They're steel buttons. So that's why the connection between the Joy-Cons and the Switch are so strong. It's that metal right there. My only worry here is actually just durability. So you can see when you pull that Joy-Con off, you can see these pins on the Switch. And I kind of wonder how many little kids are going to bend those pins. Like, there is a tiny bit of wiggle actually built in to hopefully make it not snap too easily. But yeah, there's no way to tell until they start shipping these to real people and we start seeing the stories rolling in, but I'm going to keep an eye on that. Oh, and there's also stronger feeling haptics. They're called HD Rumble 2. The Rumble Pack is directly attached to the plastic in the back of the Joy-Cons. They feel nice and strong, a little bit more precise too, so that's really nice. And then lastly, each Joy-Con can also be used as a mouse in supporting games. I did not see this one coming. Kind of interesting idea, but basically there's a small optical sensor on the side of the Joy-Con. So if you turn that Joy-Con horizontally and place that sensor down on a table, you can move it around like a mouse, even rotate it, and that acts as yet another input method that apparently certain games will work pretty well with. I was doing this demo of a wheelchair basketball game, and so it ended up being pretty intuitive. You kind of hold the triggers and push forward, and you would move forward in the game. Never would have thought it would work so well, but there's a good amount of sensitivity. Apparently you can do this while swiping forward on your jeans and your lap too if you wanted to. Other surfaces should work as well. In the Nintendo Direct live stream, they also showed this other golf game where you move the putter around and rotate it and then make a stroke using the mouse motion, all on a table like a mouse. So yeah, I guess that makes sense. We'll see what other games end up using this control. Now, we didn't get a whole lot of other specifics like the chip it's running or even how much RAM it has, which admittedly, a lot of Switch buyers just don't care about. But one big spec that they did improve is they've gone from 32 gigs of storage on the original Switch to 256 gigs of storage, and the storage is faster. So I definitely appreciate this. You can see my Switch home screen behind me. I could only fit 3 games on my Switch because one of them was Rocket League and it was like 17 gigs. But I also think this will directly relate to how much larger Switch 2 games will probably be. So 256 gigs will feel in line with the larger file sizes, bigger textures, higher resolution and all that. Switch 2 games will probably also be bigger too. So thankfully there is still micro SD card support. It lives right here under the hinge again, and you'll specifically have to get a micro SD express card to play games off it on the Switch 2. But I think generally they'll be pretty easy to find. I already saw Lexar is going to be making a 1 terabyte micro SD card just for the Switch 2, so that's awesome. Now, The Switch isn't a Switch without the dock, and the new dock supports 4K resolution out to a TV. Love to see that. There's actually also a fan in the Switch 2 dock that turns on while it's docked, so while it's cranking out that extra resolution, it doesn't get too hot. But from there, I feel like all of the new software features have a bit of a theme. This Switch 2 feels like a much more social console. Like I think Nintendo saw a ton of success with the original Switch and started thinking about more ways to make it a better experience, because now there are going to be groups of people where several of them have a Switch. So when you hit that new C button on the Joy-Con, it brings up this new menu called Game Chat. So they didn't let us do this in the demos that I tried today, but in Nintendo Direct, you can see the idea is if you have some friends on other Switches gaming at the same time as you, you can all turn your mics on and talk to each other, or even turn screen sharing on to see each other's gameplay live, which is cool. I know a lot of people do FaceTime while gaming and kind of want to combine the whole experience. So I personally probably wouldn't do this, but I totally get it. And it's funny, it was actually refreshing seeing this in Nintendo's official footage. You can see the gameplay from other people as you're watching it it's kind of laggy and it's kind of low resolution, but it's totally fine. Like, this makes me believe more that what we're seeing here is exactly how it'll look. Like, Nintendo didn't want to make any fake promises like, oh, it'll be 1080p when you watch other people game. But hey, at least you'll have an idea of what's going on their screen, so that's cool. But not only that, if you get this optional accessory here, which is called the Switch 2 camera, this little thing plugs into that top port on the Switch when you're docked, or I think you can even plug it straight into the dock itself. And when you point it at yourself, it can automatically cut you out from the background and put your face next to your gameplay. So it literally feels like a gaming version of a Zoom call or something. Like, everyone can see their friends' faces and their friends' reactions to the games in real time. And some games will even integrate that feed a little more, like putting your face over where an avatar would normally be. It's like video chatting while playing a game. It's not going to be the highest fidelity thing ever, but it'll be a sort of extra layer on top and makes it feel more social. So game chat is cool when you're in multiple different places, but there's also going to be situations where multiple people are all gaming in the same physical place with Switches. And so they built a feature just for that, which is being able to share a game with other people who don't have it yet, up to 3 other people. So one Switch 2 is the host, and then up to 3 other Switches, they don't have to have the game installed at all. It's just one guy goes, all right, guys, I'll have this game. We're all going to play it in the same room. And every one of you now temporarily has this game, and you can play your own perspective of the multiplayer or whatever without having to buy or install the whole thing at that moment. I'm not sure exactly how long it'll take to set up or like exactly which games will support it, but a Switch 2 can host, and then up to 3 other Switches can join. It's called Game Share. I like it a lot. And then actually, speaking of games, there's basically going to be 3 types of games for the Switch 2. There will be native Switch 2 games. And those are the ones that are the most optimized and should look the best with the best graphics, potentially taking the most advantage of the extra features and game chat and mouse controls. Then there will be Switch 1 games, some of which will be compatible with the Switch 2, just might not look as good. And then there will be Switch 1 games that get kind of remastered or updated for the Switch 2. So like a Switch 2 version of the game. So hopefully you don't have to pay a full price for a whole new game. You'll pay a smaller amount for an updated version of the game for the Switch 2. But I think that pretty conveniently brings us to the big asterisk hovering over all of this, which pricing. See, the Switch 2 is going to start off at $449 in the US. Now, I've seen mixed reactions to that price. Obviously, the Switch 1 was amazing. It was $300. That was almost 10 years ago. So now, you know, new specs and updates and inflation and tariffs and all of that, to me, actually makes $449 feel like a pretty reasonable price. The Switch 2 camera accessory is $50. Feels about right. There's also a new Switch 2 Pro controller with new back buttons, plus a headphone jack, and of course the added C button. That'll be around $80. But then the game pricing is where they start to lose people a little bit. It's reported that Switch 2 games are going to be around $80 just for a digital download Switch 2 game. $90 if you want the physical version. That definitely feels really high. There are so many great PC and console games, and even Switch 1 games in the store in like the $50 to $60 range right now. NBA 2K25 is like my staple for an expensive game. That's $70 on the PS5. So pushing that up again, $80 to $90 for a Switch 2 game does feel kind of like it's pushing it. And then they also announced this really smart-looking demo game
los juegos
called
más
Welcome
top
Tour
van
that
a
basically
estar
walks you
entre
through
80
all
y
the
90
features and lets you demo
dólares.
everything and really get to know the Switch 2 well. Kind of reminds me of Astro's Playroom on the PlayStation 5, which did the
Seguramente
exact same
habrán
thing.
juegos que todavía
Helped
se
you
van a
learn what
quedar
the
en
DualSense
60,
controller was capable of.
65, pero no los más
And that
pro.
was free. That actually came pre-installed on the PS5 at launch. And Nintendo has even done
También
Wii
sentí esa
Sports in the
diferencia.
past, which was a
En
free demo
PlayStation viene
game
en
that
demo
came on the
con-
Nintendo Wii and low-key turned out to be
Se
one of
me
the
olvidó
greatest
ese
games of
juego,
all
este me lo
time.
acaba
The
de
game
decir
that
acá.
was capable of Playroom on the PlayStation 5, which did the exact same
Astro.
thing, helped you learn with the DualSense controller. We have Astro's Playroom on the PlayStation 5, which did that actually came pre-installed on the PS5 at launch. And Nintendo has even done Wii Sports in the past, which was a free demo game that came on the Nintendo Wii and low-key turned out to be one of the greatest games of all time. The Nintendo Switch 2 demo game, though, is paid. It's not included for free. It's going to be like 10 or 20 bucks or something like that in the store. But even just having it paid at all, to me, seems like a huge miss. That's going to be so many people that are not going to experience it, that are not going to be able to fully walk through it and understand and get to know their Switch 2 because no one's going to go buy that demo game. I don't know what they were thinking there. Other than that, though, the Switch 2 seems pretty sweet. Not gonna lie, I really like it. There's a reason the original Switch was one of the best selling consoles of all time. It was well priced, great form factor, very versatile. For me, the perfect airplane game console. I would say the signs are pointing to Switch 2 also being really good again. But there are also definitely some things we still don't know. Like, for example, we obviously don't know the chip and the RAM. We do know it's confirmed that there is some amount of DLSS happening. I would assume that to do 4K on a TV, there's some amount of upscaling happening. We just don't know exactly how much yet. But then also battery life. How similar or different will battery life potentially be from the first Switch? You know, having a bigger, higher refresh rate, higher resolution screen tends to eat battery life, but it's also bigger, so the battery capacity can be bigger, so maybe it just balances out and it's similar. TBD. I don't think fast charging is announced or anything crazy like that. But then also things like durability and whether they fix Joy-Con drift or not. These are all things that are TBD and that I think would be great to find out for a full review. So maybe get subscribed if you're interested in seeing something like that to be among the first to see it. And let me know in the comments down below what else you want to see. Now, if you're one of those people who's just going to pre-order no matter what, then I highly recommend checking out the Kill Switch from channel sponsor Dbrand. See, originally the Kill Switch line was developed for the Steam Deck and then ended up being one of the best possible Steam Deck cases. So now they're taking this same formula and making it for the Switch 2.
Fulminante para los
so there's a travel cover. So just like the Steam Deck version, it will be super protective, so you can toss it in a bag or wherever else you want. But then for the Switch 2, they added a game card holder. So you can hold up to 10 games with you, and you can even see them through the frosted finish. They've also added some ergonomic hand grips, and unlike other Switch cases, they also detach with the Joy-Cons. But the whole point of the Switch 2 is that when you take it with you on the go, you can dock it when you get home, right? Most cases aren't going to fit inside the dock, but Dbrand solved that one too with a dock adapter that they're including with every purchase. So if you want to check them out, hit them up at dbrand.com/switch2.
Eso es
Either way,
todo.
Thanks for watching this first look. Let me know what you're thinking in the comments below, and I'll catch you in the next one. Peace.
Nos vemos.